Hey, hey, it's Kelly here at Don't Run with Scissors, your favorite lawyer Jeep driving mom of twins with two crazy rescue dogs, here to talk about cross stitch and other crafting. It is Monday, May 10th. Holy cow, where is time going? Happy belated Mother's Day to all of my female identifying friends. I think in some ways we're all moms, even if you don't have children here on earth. So yeah, I hope you had a great day. I hope you got treated special in some way. I got exactly what I wanted, which is going to sound really strange. So we bought my place a couple years ago now. And I think I've shared this before. When I picked up the keys from the front office of our community and came over to the house, to the place, as a person who sold me the place moved out, she trashed it. I mean, there were doors off hinges. It was dust. And what we were finding as we were fixing things is we would have to unfix some of the fixes, 3 and 4 steps back to correct that, and then move forward. So it's been crazy. And so every time I start getting in a groove where we're fixing up things and getting things going again, somehow I've ended up needing another brain surgery. So fingers crossed, we don't need another brain surgery. That is not on my agenda anytime soon. But for Mother's Day, I had asked both kids if they could just help me with some projects around the place, getting things going, really deep cleaning for spring and stuff. And I got it. And in fact, my friends Amy and Larry came over both Saturday and Sunday and spent the day here with me. And over the last 2 weekends with Amy, God bless her, she is just a whirlwind. And sometimes I just have to go, okay, trust the process. Take a deep breath, let her drive the bus, which is very odd for me. I don't like other people driving the bus. I'm a control freak, which may sound very odd to some of you, but I really am. I don't like unknown things. I don't like surprises are very hard for me. I'm also not one who, it's very hard for me to accept a gift from somebody. That's just the way I am. But I love giving gifts to people. Like I find pleasure in that. I think that's part of my love language, if you believe in that type of thing. But gift getting is not one of my I don't need to receive gifts necessarily. Now, if you tacos are always my love language, top of the list, tacos. Yeah. So, but regardless, so the 5 of us worked together this weekend, and we got my living room area. We got the old flooring ripped up so that we can get ready to lay down the tile soon. We got it all primed. We got the windows completely. We cleared out the old caulk because after we paint, we're going to recaulk them. I've never done that before. That was crazy. I got my knuckles a little beat up. Sort of a badge of honor. I don't mind. So we got everything primed. We got the old ceiling fan down. We got the flooring out. And we got the first layers of paint in. We also, I'm still without a sink. The sink will be back in probably tomorrow. But we got the old dishwasher out. We fixed the floor underneath and reinforced some floor joints just to be safe because that's where the refrigerator is. And I just got word that my new fridge should be here in the next bit. We're top of the waiting list on the deliveries, which is very exciting. It will go in there. So I'm going to, God willing, I'm going to try and insert the video of the living room colors right now. Somebody's supposed to be helping me with that. So, because again, technology and me, yeah, I don't know. So you'll get to see the colors. Okay, so if it worked, you would see that my living room now, the bottom is painted. It's actually called Greek Villa. So it looks white, but it's kind of a creamy, really warm white. And the top is called sea salt. It's like this really pretty, it's kind of green. And at first I was worried that it was way too green, but it is so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I cannot wait. And then I showed you guys the tile that we're going to use last week. So I am super, super, super excited. Like I said, we busted our asses. I was super sore both days, and yeah, and I'm not like a cream puff. We all know that. So it was crazy, but it looks fantastic. So Amy and Larry are coming over tomorrow night or tomorrow evening, and hopefully get the sink back in and stuff. So needless to say, it's been a little crazy as far as cooking, but thank goodness for $5 hot and ready's from Little Caesars. Excuse me, reaching. In some ways, I'm gonna be kind of sad to see the ugly wallpaper go. I've kind of grown attached to it. Hold, please. Okay.
You fine with that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want me to try to flex it to like 40?
That's okay. The boy child is going to start playing trumpet.
I'm not. I'm doing a French horn.
Oh, more French horn lessons. We now are going to take French horn lessons with 2 people.
Well, it's jazz lessons and then just general horn lessons.
We had his jazz concert last week on Tuesday. It was honestly, I think the only other concert that I've liked better of his was the first one where he conducted band, like the whole band, in high school.
I've actually liked this concert that we had more than even conducting, which is surprising because I really do like conducting.
So there you have it. However, all of this is cut into my stitch chin. But I'm not hating it. The weather is shifting again too. It rained last night. It seems it's a funky color here in Michigan right now as far as sky. But my head, holy Moses. So I've not been very productive today. I actually took a nap. And took some migraine meds. And I've just been eating munchy stuff all day. But again, pandemic, so everything is kind of crazy. Before we go any further, though, I got Stitchy Kindness, and I am blown away. Hang on, let me find the squirt bottle for the dog, because her bark is... It's just water, but she doesn't like it. And she knows she's a bad girl when she's going to get sprayed with water. While they were at my friend's house this weekend, he put him in the shower and washed my dogs with Irish Spring. I don't like the smell of Irish Spring. I might be the only person who doesn't, but I really don't. So now my dogs, when they cuddle, they smell like Irish Spring. Okay, so this is my Stitchy Kindness, and this is freaking phenomenal. And I cannot thank Susan enough for this. And I haven't used it yet, because I didn't want to forget to show you guys. How cute is that? And the little lid, I'm terrified, like, okay. How cute is it? The little crown comes off my cup. And I'm pretty sure that's where you put your cookies, because that's what I'm going to do. pretty sure it's probably where you put like a spoon in your teaspoon in your tea bag. But I think cookies is a much more practical use. But how adorable is that? I cried. It was so sweet. And I, again, cannot thank you enough. And I'm looking very forward to using this because, and what you didn't know, I belong to my local triathlon club. I've belonged for several years and I love my club. They're called Infinite. And our colors are yellow and black. And our little sign is a bee. Like literally, this was, it was just amazing. And again, I can't thank you enough for being so sweet. It definitely will hold a special place here at my house. And will get used quite often because I just think it's glorious and it's adorable. And yeah. So, I never expect stitchy kindness. So it blows me away when people think to do that. The other thing is I found out, if you guys don't watch Black Ribbon Stitch Studio, you really need to go watch Denise. She's just her spirit is just so bright and vibrant, and I just love her. And I've watched her for a long time. She's one of the first floss tubers I watched. I won a prize. I did. So that makes 2 weeks, right? I won one from Candace K. And I have that in my whip pile now. But I won from Denise, the Fat Quarter Shop. It's the Santa, the cross stitch. So I've already been in touch with her, and I cannot wait. And that's super exciting. Totally unexpected. Both my kids are doing stuff. I don't know. The boy child picks now to talk to me of all the times, all day he's had me. But
well, he finally answered me, so I didn't know what to.
So,
I don't know what to say.
Okay, well, you can wait a few minutes. I'm not going to be that long. We don't have that much because I've been doing other stuff besides stitching. And I really, really hope that we can get that video in so that you guys can see. Because, seriously, the colors are just so pretty. So pretty. It's so beach. It feels very spa, beachy like. It's very relaxing. But it's still warm so that you feel kind of like it's still it's going to be cozy. Which is exactly what I wanted as far as vibes in my house. Okay, so we are in the middle of makeup mania. That's what I'm doing. It's a little crazy. I actually I went to start Kristen the mermaid yesterday because I was like, remember I had, well, I think I tried to start her on Saturday too, and then kind of was like, eh. So I went to start it on the top line and realized that the top line is all the Kreinik that I hadn't taken the time to order or buy. So I went online to buy it, thinking it can't be that hard. I mean, I bought Kreinik before at like my local L&S, but I hadn't made it up to the local L&S, and I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to go. So you need 3 dinky dies, which I've never worked with before. I found those on Garon Stitchery and ordered those. But he didn't have the Mill Hills and all the Kreinik. Well, first I started at the Meridian Stitch Etsy shop. She didn't have the embellishment pack. Let me grab them. Okay, so she didn't have, this is Kristen. She needs a new name. I need a new name suggestion. She does not look like a Kristen to me. Thinking like, for some reason I'm thinking Althea. And I don't know why, because it's my aunt who's a nun's name. And she doesn't remind me of my aunt who's a nun. I should just take her out of there. Okay, so it calls for Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Sorry. Hey, Bobby, close your ears. I think she's an Althea. But I don't know. I'm not. But she's glorious. So I was going to start with this little, I don't know if you can see it up here, but that's all Krynic and beads. So again, I went on the hunt. It took me 3 different stores, 3 different shops online, maybe 4. I got the beads okay, so the Dinky Dies came from Garon Stitchery, and I've like literally within minutes of placing the order already had a note that it was shipping, that it was ready to go. 123 Stitch had all of the beads, and then it took me there's 4 Krynics. It took me 2 Etsy shops to track down those 4, and the one I had to go with blending filament, so I'm going to have to double it because it's supposed to be a size 4. But nobody has size 4 Krynic in marshmallow. So, that's why I didn't start her. The other thing is I'm so grateful to Dana. She had sent this fabric, and it's gorgeous. And she will fit perfectly on there. Now, see, when you hold it back, it seems lighter. Okay, let me see if I can pop, maybe if I pop the picture in there. Okay. It seems lighter. Which I wanted a little bit lighter, but when you are like on top of it kind of thing, it's kind of dark. And so I'm second guessing myself because the fabric that she's on here is super light. But I'm thinking on the dark, the lighter dolphins will pop more. So what I'm thinking is that when everything comes in, hopefully this week, because I've already gotten notice on most of it that it's all shipped. So provided that the U.S. postal system is working well, it should all be here this week. I'm going to probably kind of floss drop it on this fabric and see. Because if she doesn't go on there, it's not like I don't have 100 other patterns that wouldn't be glorious on this gray fabric. But that's why I didn't end up starting her. But what we did do, so out of the May starts that we were making up, we've already finished Jardin Privé's, which I showed you last week. Oh, that was the thing. If I don't do, what are you guys thinking about Harriet Tubman on the gray? Or do you think that's going to be too dark? Because that's the other option. That's the other way I was thinking. So, okay. Sorry about that. Phone call from my doctor reminding me that I have an appointment next Monday from one of them. And I have to schedule an ultrasound of my liver. Apparently one of my enzymes is off. And I have to do a bone density test. I don't know. I have no coffee. Anyways, okay, so we finished that, and then I started the Martin Luther King MLK sampler from Stone Street Stitchwork, which is this one. And I think I had, last time I showed you, I just had the words. I need somebody, okay, so somebody who's tech savvy out there who is patient with somebody who gets very frustrated with technology, please contact me if you know how, like, can show me how to put, like, the pictures, like, up here and stuff like that, because I would love to learn so that I don't have to rely on other people, but I can't fucking figure it out. Okay, so I worked a little bit more on that. I really like it. I really, really like it. So clearly we still have quite a bit today. I haven't thrown a single stitch in anything today, with all that's been going on. So, yeah, it's coming along quite well. Hopefully, maybe this week it'll be a finish. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. Don't hold me to it because I don't know. Like I said, I know that Amy and Larry are coming tomorrow night, evening to help out to put the sink back in. And my goal homework was to start to patch and prime my hallway. Let's just say that today so far, I have not worked on that project. Oh, Maisie's awake. I know you guys are all thrilled. My little vicious wiener dog. She cracks me up. The big dog is like, oh, whatever. The little dog is like, oh. She's very high strung. But she's adorable, thank goodness. She is adorable. Okay, so after my other start after we started MLK, that got 2 days. That's kind of my rotation schedule. From there, I started Anne Frank from Gira. And the last time I think you guys I showed you, I only had the first line and maybe part of the second line. For some reason, I am not seeing my picture to show you. It's really cute, cool though. But this is the Anne Frank. So I got all the words on the top. I did change the color because the blue that it is charted for was so light you wouldn't have been able to see it. So we have that done. So and that's 2 days worth of stitching in the evening. To kind of keep up with my rotation. And then hopefully before the end of the month, we'll get a lot farther on her. Let me see if I have the picture's got to be here. Yes, here it is. Okay. Kind of. Yeah. So the quote goes up here, obviously, because you can see the picture. But that's the main part of it. I'm hoping to be able to... So she'll come back and I'll work on her during the days as soon as MLK is done. Because she's had her 2 evenings. So... The third one, I did start my third one. I started it Saturday. And that is Ask Not by the Resting Eagle. And I started with these flowers here. Okay, don't be deceived. Those flowers are intense. There's stuff in the middle. You can't see it on there's stuff in the center there. They're a little bit more of a pistol than you think they're going to be. Because I was like, oh, that looks simple. We all know that Kelly has that issue. I look at something, oh, that's simple. That's not a big deal. That shouldn't take that long. And then, lo and behold, it takes Kelly forever to do it. Okay, so 2 days worth of stitching with all the work on the house and stuff. I got the first 2 of those flowers done, except for I have to come back here in the middle. It's a lot of blended threads because I did the DMC conversion, and it is charted in Gentle Arts. Yeah, into Gentle Arts. So I'm doing the DMC conversion. So it's a lot of, like, you can't do the loop method to start, or at least I can't because it's 2 different threads together at the same time. And I'm sure there's a way to do the loop start without ending up with 4 thick. So yeah, so we're on the second flower. This is just 14 count Ada oatmeal Ada oatmeal. That sounds like a treat or something. Okay, so anyways, that's where we're at. It has technically had 2 nights. Um, they weren't big stitchy nights, so I'm debating whether or not maybe I have some office work that I still need to get done today. I am debating whether or not to give that a third night just to kind of, but then that kind of throws off my rotation. But then I'm like, okay, so I could start the paper cranes, which would be very cool. I could start Harriet Tubman if I decide for sure to move her to the gray fabric. But then I'm starting to wonder if that's too dark. I have the surprise sampler that I want to do. I could start that. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for letting me talk that through. I'm going to start that sampler tonight. That will make me very happy. I do technically have my sewing machine back and running. It does still need, I still am trying to figure out the whole needle placement stitching thing. Yeah. But it does sew. I mean, it's not like it's skipping stitches or anything. It's sewing. It's loud. I don't want to buy another sewing machine. I like my little machine. Is anybody else like that? Like, I know in some ways it would be really nice to have a newer machine. Maybe one with a bigger throat on it so that I could, it's a little bit easier to shove a queen size quilt through it. Yeah, on my little teeny tiny machine where the throat is like this big, I have actually quilted a queen size quilt on that. Just straight line stitching, like on the diagonal. But that is hard on one's shoulders and back. And it's a little hard on the machine too. Yeah, the rain, I think there's rain coming because this sky is getting grayer. And my head still hurts. So I think I'm gonna, that's what I'm gonna do tonight. So anyways, yeah. My bike that is normally in the living room is now on my front enclosed porch and not set up, so I'm not biking. The treadmill is under a drop cloth, so I can't run unless I go outside and it's muddy, and that doesn't sound appealing right now. But I think that my workout this weekend was really strength training. I am going to work a little bit on patching the hallway, like the different spots, so that I can finish priming it. Yeah. You hear the little dog. Oh, so yeah, so my friend washed them in Irish Spring, and now they smell like Irish Springs soap. But, you know, they thought it was funny. They didn't fight him. Like, even my big old 100-pound dog got in the shower and just kind of looked at him like, dude, really? This is what you want to do with me? Really? She's such a big old baby. And then my fierce little wiener dog. But she's small enough where, you know, it's not like, if you're an adult person, you can wash her because she's only, well, she's 19 pounds. So yeah, but neither girl wanted to eat dog food while they were at his house for the night, for like the overnight. But since they've been home since last night and today, they have eaten a boatload. They did eat treats and stuff over there, but they're funny. Dogs are funny. I'm trying to think. Oh, so I was telling you, I've been trying to fill in so that I have a complete set of DMC on my wall. And Joann's here, and I'm assuming all over, had floss or cross stitch accessories, which they count floss as a cross stitch accessory, 15% off. So I went and picked up enough, all the flosses that I was missing for projects for May, and then to start filling in my board. So I have almost all of them from 1 through, what did I figure, through 900, except for the ones that they were out. So I'm missing like a handful of those. And what I should have done if I was smart and thinking, which I clearly was not, when I ordered the beads from 123 Stitch, I should have just thrown the few that I was missing from that, like to be complete from like 1 to 900 or whatever, into my cart. I did not think of that. I didn't. Whatever. It is what it is, right? Yeah. So I'm going to start the surprise that you guys will then get to see next week. It's not really a surprise. I've talked about it wanting to do one before, but I'm going to actually start stitching it. And that is a sampler about me and my, like, that I wanted to do, and then I want to do one for each of the kids with their stuff. So it is going to be all sorts of motifs that reflect things about me. Yeah. I have to pull out Lady Justice and Queen of Freedom and see if I have all of the beads in my box for those, because I think at one point I did go ahead and buy them all, and I may have all of the Krynic. I want to, yeah. Or do I work on Lady of the Flag tonight? Lady of the Flag is on Whipco, but so is my me sampler. But Lady of the Flag has already been called. Or I could, I don't know. This is where I get stuck. And part of it is because my head, or do I just work on the hallway and get that knocked out? Or a little bit of both. I'm going to work a little bit on the hallway, and I've got to handle some, at least a couple things for work tonight still. There's blessings and curses about being your own boss. So, Lizzie hears the kids next door. They're out all the time. I'm going to have my friends smush all of these together. So hopefully we'll get this uploaded in the next couple hours. Before I go to bed tonight. I am super excited I get to work on my mug. I have a new soup recipe I'm going to try out in the next couple days. Okay, why do people, and I know this is a common complaint, when you go to find a recipe online and you've got their whole friggin' life story before you get to this little teeny tiny recipe. And then underneath, so I got all the ingredients based on the recipe. And then underneath was another story that said, well, what I did is instead of using chicken, like raw chicken and cooking it and stuff, she used rotisserie chickens. If I had known that, because that was my initial thought, is I'm just going to use 3 cups of rotisserie chicken. It's already cooked. It's seasoned well. Like, it's going to be fantastic. And I was like, nope, that's not what the recipe calls. It's the first time I'm making the recipe. Follow the directions, because that's what I do. The first time I make the recipe the way it's called for, and then the second time I change it up and make it more mine and just suit my taste better. So it's for a lemon chicken orzo soup, which just sounds fantastic to me. Yeah. But I have raw chicken that now I have to poach or cook somehow. Or what I could do is put the raw chicken in the freezer and run to the store and buy a couple rotisserie chickens. I'm telling you, whoever invented the rotisserie chicken and sells them for like $5 around here is freaking my hero. Because I use those things all the time. Like when I'm strapped for meal prep, like for time, I will grab a rotisserie chicken and a bag of salad. Or if I need to deliver meals to a friend, that's my go-to. You're going to get a bag of salad mix, like one of those salad kits. So it's not like you're just getting a bag of lettuce. You're getting like the whole like flavored kit. I'll grab you a rotisserie chicken or 2, depending on the size of your family. And then I'll grab you like a Mrs. Smith's or a Mrs. Maria Callender's pie. And I may even bring you muffins for the next morning for breakfast. That's my go-to. If you need a meal from me, that's likely what you're going to get. Um, it's fast, it's easy, it's inexpensive, it's fairly, I don't want to say it's a blah meal because it's not necessarily a blah meal, but it's one of those that has mass appeal. And that's why I think it's just one of those things. If you make, like, everybody has their own special spaghetti recipe, spaghetti sauce recipe. Okay, mine is the Prego sauce in a jar, and I add a little bit of brown sugar to it. There's my secret sauce. If I'm really getting bougie and fancy, I may saute like some chopped up vegetables, like mushrooms and stuff, and add those. But no, whatever. Now you know my secret. I know. It's a secret family recipe. I'm glad you have it now. Okay. So yeah, so I don't even know what started me down this tangent. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna figure out dinner. I'm gonna work on the hallway so that hopefully next week when I show you guys all of the progress I made, there will be stitching, but there will also be like, maybe I'll sit in my new living room, my newly painted living room. I don't think the flooring is going in next weekend, but certainly lots more painting. I'm also gonna have to figure out, my curtains aren't gonna now match, which is fine. Like, they've been up for what, I want to say 3 years, so they can come down and they can get turned into something else. Because the fabric's still in really good shape. So I may turn, and it's just cotton quilters fabric. Hang on one second, Lizzie. Relax, girl. I don't know what I'll turn them into, but who knows? Maybe they'll turn into project bags. I don't know. But I've got to find a new window treatment that sort of goes with everything. Now, Amy sent me a pattern, and she's like, you could crochet curtains. So they like the lacy sort of ones. So that way they're light enough that the sun can come through and still keep that bright light feeling, but still offer some privacy. I don't need to be knitting or crocheting curtains. Please tell me no. Please. Like, no. But I guess that is an option. I don't think it's a good option, but so yeah. So who knows where my house will be next week when we talk. Who knows what I'll be doing stitching wise. I don't know. Life is an adventure. Hopefully all of you guys are doing well. Again, mental health is important. It needs to be talked about. Today, May is still Mental Health Awareness Month. So if there is something that I can help you with mental health wise, let me know. Know that I consider my YouTube friends, my flosstube friends, or my internet friends that I haven't met face to face. You're still friends. I still have you in my thoughts and prayers. I still feel vested in you guys, in your lives. And I want to know and I want to support and cheer you on. Hold your hand when you're sad and down and need somebody to hold your hand. And if all you want to do is sit next to each other and stitch because that's where you're at, let me know. I'll sit and stitch with you. On that note, I will talk to you guys later. Have fun.